Joining us now, Congressman Rick Crawford from House Transportation, former CBO Director Douglas Holtz-Eakin. Okay, gentlemen, let's take a moment. Thanks so much for joining us. Let's show this. The NYPD let Jets and Ravens football fans take over and sing the national anthem at yesterday's game on the anniversary of 9/11. Let's watch this.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed.
That's a feel-good moment, right, Congressman? Despite all the stuff that goes on in D.C., Americans come together. Your thoughts?
Well, we still got it in us. You know, that's who we are. And that's very heartening to hear that kind of thing and love to see it.
You know what? So there's that. What did you think, Douglas, when you heard it? It just feels good.
Oh, it was great. I was watching the game when it happened, and it was just a really nice moment. And you know, despite our inability to mute and unmute on Zoom, we can still sing together. So we're hanging together as a nation.
Yeah, it feels good. All right, let's move on to this. Thanks for your thoughts on that. Congressman, Treasury Secretary Yellen, she's warning inflation is a major problem. She had joined the White House in downplaying it. She also says we're not in a recession despite 2 quarters of contraction. Watch this.
Inflation is way too high, and it's essential that we bring it down. And that's something that Americans feel every day. And I think it's what's causing them tremendous distress.
Increases in prices are likely to have only transitory effects on inflation.
Transitory.
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 The Biden administration tries to downplay this whole inflation issue like it's a non-issue. It's hitting the pocketbooks of every American in this country to the tune of 8.5% to 9% for a family.
What do you say, Congressman?
Well, I mean, I would say on the one hand, I'm glad she's finally admitting that we have inflation. On the other hand, trying to deny that we're in a recession when we have the textbook definition of recession is back-to-back negative growth quarters. So, you know, I'll leave the real detailed economic analysis to the former CBO director there. He knows more about it than I do, but it just seems a little duplicitous that on the one hand they say we're seeing inflation on the increase, but we don't want to talk about a recession because they don't want to say stagflation. And I can understand that they wouldn't want to say that.
Yeah, Douglas, what do you say? Because Gallup is saying 56% of voters out there saying, yeah, we're hitting financial hardship from this. That's up from 49% in January. And now we've got Americans spending more on average on taxes than they do on food, clothing, and health care combined. What do you say, Douglas?
Well, certainly the facts on inflation are very clear. Even after last month's July report that showed overall inflation flat for the month, which was largely due to gas prices, food, energy, and shelter, which are half of the typical family's budget, were up 11% year over year. So that's an enormous amount of pain for Americans. There's no question about it. And the Fed is trying to slow the economy, that wants to have jobs reports that don't show as many jobs, housing reports that don't show as many sales in construction, retail sales that are slower. People are going to feel that financial pain. That is absolutely the game plan. And they can fight all they want over whether the growth is positive, flat, or negative, but it is definitely being felt by Americans as the Fed really tries to bring down the inflation.
But watch this. You're going to see Congressman, California Democrat Brad Sherman. He's blaming inflation on people buying things on Amazon during the lockdowns that mostly Democrats had enacted. Watch this.
We dealt with COVID. We didn't deal with it perfectly as a society, and no society in the world knew what to do with it. And the effect on our economy was that we kept people's incomes high, and I don't hear Republicans contradicting that. They couldn't go to bars, restaurants, and sporting events, so they bought everything on Amazon. And that pushed up the price of goods and is still having an effect.
Well, I bought a lot of pizza and cookies. That didn't drive up the price of pizza and cookies. Congressman, what do you think of this analysis?
They're just grasping at straws. I mean, the reality is that they played a significant role in shutting down our economy. And okay, I'll say that on the front end, we didn't know what to expect, but we also knew that we probably shouldn't make these kinds of decisions. And they kept that up. They kept on with trying to keep people out of the workplace. They tried to keep schools shut down, and they kept adding to the problem. And now they're going to turn around and say it was because we were shopping on Amazon that's made inflation worse. That dog don't hunt.
Yeah, Douglas, what do you think?
Two things on this. Number one, there was nothing wrong with the bipartisan efforts in 2020, both the CARES Act and the efforts in December. The problem was the very partisan American Rescue Plan in 2021. $2 trillion of stimulus in an already hot economy. That was the big policy area, and it was completely unnecessary. And here's the proof. As you and I have discussed, the big component that has inflation is shelter. It's a third of the CPI. You don't buy your apartment on Amazon. You don't buy your house on Amazon. You don't do any of those transactions on Amazon. This was a policy error by the administration of the Congress.
And to Douglas's point, Congressman, if the amount of spending this country has done, in the last several years, it would rank as the fourth largest economy in the world. It's bigger than Germany. I mean, and we've got a big signal that this railroad strike could happen. The rail companies are now even moving to secure shipments of hazardous and security-sensitive materials. And truckers can't pick up the slack if there's a strike. We have a shortage of 80,000 truckers. What's going to happen?
Well, we don't have the capacity in the trucking industry. We have somewhere in the neighborhood of 12 unions, 10 of which I believe have agreed to terms. There are 2 holdouts. September 16th is the date. There may be an extension. I don't know. But look, and I think we're looking at potentially $2 billion a day in an economic hit that our economy isn't on any position to sustain at this point in time. So we need to get this right. And this is an area where, according to President Biden, he's Joe Union. He should be able to go in here and be able to make this happen.
But if it happens, it's going to hit the midterms hard. Congressman Crawford and Douglas Holtz-Eakin, thanks for joining us tonight, gentlemen. It's good to have you on.